A conversation that is held amongst most NBA fans is which NBA team is the greatest of all time. Some would say the 95-96 Bulls, who set a league record of 72 wins in a season. Others would say the 70-71 Bucks, or even the 85-86 Celtics. But I believe that today's NBA is so much different than any other era of basketball. And the way it's played is so unique that any team that comes out of this era can make an argument for being the greatest of all time. That's why I believe that the 2016-17 Golden State Warriors are the greatest team in NBA history. They had the talent, the chemistry, and the statistics to back up that statement. Some context before the 16-17 season. The year prior, Golden State set a new league record for regular season wins with 73. Steph Curry became the first unanimous MVP in league history. Unfortunately, they would lose in the NBA Finals to the Cleveland Cavaliers after having a 3-1 series lead. This would tarnish their opportunity to go down as the greatest team ever. But Golden State's story doesn't end there, because in the 2016 free agency period, Golden State would go out and sign Kevin Durant, who had just spent 9 years in Oklahoma City and is arguably one of the 20 greatest players ever, and at the time was top 2 in the world. A team that just won 73 games the year before was heading into the 16-17 season with the juggernaut of a roster. The first player I'd like to discuss on why this team was such a formidable force is Steph Curry. In the 15-16 season, Steph Curry became the first unanimous MVP, averaging 30 points per game on 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. All those percentages are way above league average. In the 16-17 season, Curry would average 25 points per game, shooting 46% from the field, 41% from 3, and 89% from the free throw line. Not as efficient as the year before, but Curry still put up 25 points per game and shot 41% from 3. He is well known as the greatest shooter the league has ever set eyes on. His ability to pull up from 35 feet, as soon as he crosses half court, you have to be checking him. For his career, Curry is a 43% three-point shooter. This fuels Golden State's offense and allows people to move more fluidly on the court because he's a threat from literally anywhere on the court. His splash brother, Klay Thompson, is also one of the greatest shooters the NBA has ever seen. In the 16-17 season, Klay Thompson averaged 22 points per game, shooting 41% from 3. But Klay Thompson isn't just a shooter. He's also one of the best defenders in the NBA. Klay Thompson takes the challenges of guarding players like Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, and Chris Paul. All very heavily used point guards in the league, and probably the top 5 guards in the league. Klay Thompson's ability to guard point guards and shooting guards and small forwards lessens the load for people like Steph Curry, who then can go out and score 50 points because they didn't have to worry about guarding James Harden. The next part of this talent is Draymond Green, who is known as a Swiss Army knife type of player. Green can rebound the ball like a true center, can pass the ball like a point guard, and can defend every position on the floor. In the 16-17 season, Draymond Green would average 2 steals per game and a block and win Defensive Player of the Year. So Golden State not only had 2 of the greatest shooters in the league, but they also had the best defensive player in the league. Following Draymond Green, in no lesser way, is obviously Kevin Durant. Durant is, in my opinion, the greatest scorer the NBA has ever seen. Durant stands at 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan. He can score from every position on the floor. For his career, Durant averages 27 points per game on 49% shooting from the field, 38% from 3 and 88% from the free throw line. A very efficient scorer, Durant is. And he's able to get to his spots no matter what. He's just unstoppable. With his frame, his physicals, and his versatility, he's just an all-around threat. Durant is a 4-time scoring champion, which means he led the league in scoring 4 times. And he was also a former MVP in 2014. Golden State assembled one of the greatest teams ever on paper. But the argument doesn't end there. Because one of the counter arguments to having so much talent is that this team won't be able to play together. Because everyone wants to shine, everyone wants to get theirs, everyone wants to put up their 25. But that's not true. In the process of signing Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and their teammate Andre Iguodala all went to the Hamptons, where Durant was staying for the summer. They came to him in person and talked to him about they were willing to take sacrifices in order to get him to come to the team. Steph Curry even took a pay cut to sign Durant. The team played so well together right off the bat, other than losing on opening night, which was a stunning feat by the Spurs. But the regular season spoke for itself. Golden State would be first in the league in assists with 30 a game. They moved the ball around so well, and everyone just fit together perfectly. It was a match made in heaven. And no one stepped out of the rules, even the stars. Durant was quoted saying in GQ magazine that when he came to Golden State, he didn't want to be the star of the show. He wanted to fit in any way he could and benefit the team. And that was the mentality Golden State had. Everyone wanted to play for the team. It didn't matter about you getting your 20 points per game. That didn't matter. Or even getting your 20 shots a game. If you're able to go out there and contribute in some way that helps the team win, you're just as important as the stars on the team. Now, the chemistry allowed for astonishing statistical numbers to flow out of this team. In the 16-17 season, Golden State would be first in assists per game, first in field goal percentage, first in blocks, and first in steals, and third in three-point field goal percentage. They would go on to win 67 games that year, which was 1 out of 13 teams to do that in NBA history. But on top of that, they won a championship, which makes them 1 out of 9 of those 13 teams to accomplish winning 67. They beat teams by an average of 11 points per game during the regular season, and then in the playoffs, that average went up to 13.5 points per game, which is best for second all-time in league history. Golden State was undefeated in their respective conference in the West, 12-0. And then when he got to the finals, they matched up against the Cavaliers once again, a chance for redemption. Golden State would win the series 4-1, making their overall record 16-1, which is by far one of the most dominant playoff runs next to the 2000-2001 Lakers. Having dominant talent, no team can match it at all. If the team was locked in, they could win any game based off talent. But they also played together for the betterment of the team. And they put up unreal statistical numbers, historic numbers, that make them the greatest team the NBA has ever seen. Thank you.